Sorry.
Video and sound are clear enough for everyone. We would like to welcome you. We would like to welcome you all to this Global Women Virtual Fashion Forum and Show in its second edition under the theme Sustainability. Today we've reached the third day of our forum, and today we'll be discussing the role of public figures in empowering women, small and medium enterprises. Now, before we start, I'd like to welcome Her Excellency Sheikha Noura bint Khalifa Al Khalifa, the chairwoman and CEO of Midpoint Design and Events Management, who's going to say a few welcoming words. Sheikha Noura, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on the third day for the Women Virtual Fashion Forum. I would like to thank all the amazing leaders that join us today from all around the world and all the people who join us live on the YouTube and on our social media platforms. Special thanks for the first panel, Her Highness Princess Jawhara from KSA, Her Excellency Sheikha May Al-Ataibi from Kingdom of Bahrain, and Ms. Daiti and Ms. Ellison and Ms. Ala. I wish all of you an amazing panel discussions, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sheikha Noura, for your words. We'd like to welcome again all our attendees and our speakers, and I'm sure today is going to be very interesting as we're going to talk about the public figures' role in empowering women SMEs. Of course, as Sheikha Noura stated, we'll be starting with one of the most prominent public figures from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I'd like to welcome Her Royal Highness Princess Al Jawhara bint Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the chairwoman and CEO of Atlal Al Majid Company, founder of Fighting Sushi & Co., founding member and board member of Salima Association for Animal Welfare. Princess Al Jawhara, it's very good to have you here with us today.
Thank you very much for having me here today, Sheikha Noura. It's wonderful to see you and inviting me with this beautiful elite crowd and amazing work that's happening with this forum. And I really thank you very much for having me today. It's such an honor.
Princess Al Jawhara, of course, you are one of the prominent members and active members of social media nowadays in this current age, and maybe those current circumstances. The role of social media have increased immensely. How do you use social media platforms to promote smaller SMEs and other women entrepreneurs in the fashion industry in specific?
It's a very good question because this has been going on for a while right now. And I started years ago in a platform of e-commerce to promote these new upcoming designers and to support them in a way that they don't have to struggle with the branding, with the marketing, with the business plan and all, because you cannot be everything. If you say I can be everything, that's not, you're not doing it right. So my job was to embrace them and put them under one umbrella and take the burden off of them by showcasing their work from fashion designers, art, and creativity from multiple fields, and let them just focus on creating. And at the same time, having it as an e-commerce, so they can sell their products and we can store their products and boost them with their creativity and art. I mean, we've got so many young ladies that grow up in sketching in their bedrooms, wanting to be fashion designers, but it wasn't the right time. Sadly, I started a little too soon with that. People were not ready for e-commerce, but it did not stop them. My audience were to hit the West. It is not to hit us because we know our hidden treasures and our grounds and people, but and the West is hungry to know what do we have to offer to the world, and what's the best way to do it by more than visuals. Fashion, it's something to be seen. Art, it's something to be seen. Telling the story behind it, telling these ladies, these people, with what inspired them to grow, who inspired them to start this journey. So I'm always telling them that you need to share where it started so people can relate to it. As you know, that we are a very fast growing nation right now with social media, faster than it was before for sure. And smart women will utilize any platform to market themselves. So let's take this year as it was challenging. As you mentioned, that was a very challenging year. But what did it do for us? It pushed our creativity level. It taught us how to use the online platforms as we have one today, which is amazing, with amazing different people and varieties from all around the world. from their own comfort of their home. So there are no excuses to stop with your journey. If you start having excuses, that means this is not the place for you. This is how harsh I go with people. So how can we all help? How can we all help? Very simple methods, whether you are a public figure or not, by reblogging, retweeting, using those simple methods for them to give them a stage to flourish and grow from. So this is how I see it. It's a very simple way, and there's always a solution for everything.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And of course, you've mentioned there are a lot of women who are interested, who have that passion, but maybe they don't know how to start. So what kind of advice would you give women who are interested yet scared of entering the fashion and retail industry?
So being a proud Saudi woman amongst this wonderful nation of hidden talents in the Middle East, and the Middle East, I mean, it's just incredible. I don't want to brag about it because, I'm just like talking about myself when I talk about these ladies. They're just amazing women. So the way it is, I mean, talking about as a Saudi, it was a struggle in the past. I mean, cultural restrictions, fear of what my family is going to say, or there's a lot of, stops that would stop them. And now we even have the government support for the last couple of years. I mean, under the patronage of our beloved king and crown prince, they're boosting them, they're supporting them, they're giving them something like, don't be scared. We will support you. We will help you by introducing them and introducing them to influencers, to world famous bloggers. I mean, the time is advancing, and the most critical thing that I love to mention all the time, especially with Westerners, is embrace your culture. And we embrace our culture, we embrace our heritage, and we are very proud of it. So I always say it, just take tradition and color it. I mean, how beautiful would that be? I mean, you see these art, the fashion, I see women using, for instance, the burqa, and their designs, and it's wonderful. I mean, you can be the most open-minded person, but if you don't embrace where you come from, you're going to be lost, to be honest. So as we saw in the past, let's say 2 decades ago, there were numerous shows that have been produced abroad, not in Saudi, abroad. And you get to see their designs worn by celebrities and elite. At the same time, we had local fashion shows, but it was more ladies' events and so forth, just to respect, our culture back then, which there's a very thin line between going with what's cultural and what's not. That's a different story. So what happened there? The women had nothing stopped them. They reached the audience far and wide, and they created a brand image of their own, which is incredible. So now it's much simpler to reach that. We've had our fashion shows. We've had our under the government support, our first fashion show a couple of years ago. So what we can do is that the simplest thing to do to support them is to thank them, is to applaud them, or even just, as we mentioned, repost them, introduce them to world famed bloggers and influencers and connections and people that you get to know. When they get to retweet them or post them, you're going to have somebody with 1 million followers, 500,000 followers, and they grow from there. So women were born to endure struggles. Personally, I grow from challenges, and it makes you think out of the box, be more creative with your solutions, and simply be a woman, which is the way we were built. So it's okay to have struggles. This is the message. It's okay to have struggles. It's okay to have challenges. So as I'm saying, like forums like this today will help a lot of people and will bring out hidden designers, and they want to be discovered. So we get to help them with all this, with inspiring stories behind them. So in the end, I just want to say is, be the woman who fixes another woman's crown without telling the world that it was crooked. And there we will take over the world, as we're doing today.
Well, such an inspiring statement, Princess Al Jawhara. Thank you very much for that. Now, I would love to continue our conversation, but I think we have to move on to our next speakers as well. Is there anything else that you would like to add for our panel today?
I just want to thank again for having me a part of this. It's very distinguished. And if I can get a message out there, I will be there. So you have to be an addition and never a burden. So if I'm that, then I'm there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I would like to move on to our next speaker for the day, our next public figure, Her Excellency Dr. Maven Sleiman Al-Ataibi, the Executive Chairperson of the Board of Directors, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees of Al Bayan School, founder and CEO of Plus 973 Artisan Creative Entrepreneurs from the Kingdom of Bahrain. Dr. May, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's a great honor.
Thank you very much for inviting us, all of us, to this webinar and this forum. And I thank Her Highness, Princess Al Jawhara and Sheikha Noura and all of you for all this effort and big effort. I really appreciate it. I agree with Her Highness that I like what she had said, that take culture and color it. It's a nice thing to say. This is what we exactly doing in 2 words. And our theme always in 973 and in our work is everything is made with love. So I believe in love, and we believe in passion. And the minute you do things with passion and love to your country, to your people, then it will be a great success. I'll talk today about Plus 973. Yes. We started on January, I think, 2012. So now I think this is our 8th or 9th years. And it is an empowering platform to many small enterprises and represents an opportunity for many to unleash their creativity without the obstacles that would typically face elsewhere. With so many amazing brands that it is all under one roof, that is Plus 973, it gives great exposure to each and every one of those brands by doing so collectively. I believe there is always power in numbers. And we have achieved so much by having so many amazing women and businesses under one roof. The point is, we established this enterprise. This is a very special thing because this is the first enterprise that has the blessing of the government. So we have both the government and the private sectors together. It's the first time, and it's the first one. And now we are working on that also in education, which is very good. So the government really helps, and they join us. For instance, in 973, it's the Ministry of Labor and Social Development plus Tamkeen. It is the first of its kind, and it aims to nurture and all the incubation spirit and community participations of young Bahrainis in creative activities within an institutional setup. Yes, which we have it now for 8 years, and we have like 300 graduates from 973 by now. We are so proud of them. They have now their own businesses, and they have their own shops, and they have own license. That's a great job that I think all my team has been doing all these years.
To be very honest, I mean, it is a source of pride to all Bahrainis having this amazing idea. It's really amazing to see such place that hosts all of those young designers, and you can see a lot of creative ideas in the same place. You see a lot of different cultures, different ideas, all under one roof. So
and we have lots also of participation from Saudis, from Kuwaitis. Yes. We invite them. So at least they can be like trainers for our incubators, which has been a success too.
Yes, and everyone learns from the other, which is amazing. Everyone helps each other, which is exactly why we're talking about this today. In your opinion, what do you think is the role of public figures in empowering the small and medium enterprises?
It is mostly it is to facilitate. I believe in facilitating without taking over, without being in the full picture. We are there just to help them and push them and encourage them. Small and medium enterprises most often don't have the means or sources to launch their products and services. So this is where the role of public figures come in. By creating opportunities for these enterprises, they would not be able to secure on their own. So I mean, we have to encourage them, push them, teach them, educate them, and also be there, always there, to facilitate all their needs.
Yes, that is amazing, and that's very true. Dr. May, I have another question. I wanted to ask you about the obstacles that women may face in this field. You said that the public figures have a role in facilitating, but what are the obstacles that women who are interested in working in this field may face?
Luckily in Bahrain, we have Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika. Through her establishment, which is the Supreme Council for Women, they try to help women in everything, really. And this exactly has initially become mainly, we have less and limited obstacles because of them being there behind all women, besides Temkeen and the government. So it is like a full cycle. We are so proud to have all of Bahrain working together for women. This is one. What we achieved in Plus 973 come hands in hands with all these initiatives. We are not only offering spaces to showcase their products, but have created a community of like-minded entrepreneurs and women to encourage collaboration, learning, and participation. We are lucky to be citizens of the Kingdom of Bahrain, really. They are helping a lot, where the government has special programs put into place specifically to empower women in businesses. I think the biggest obstacle women usually face is the lack of a support system that helps them balance their work and family life. However, once there is a proper support system, women strive for greater successes always. And I believe in women, really. Sometimes they are tough, but it works well because they care for details. And this is where the success comes.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you very much for that. Unfortunately, we have to move on to our other speakers, but is there anything else that you would like to add at the end of the session?
No, I thank you for this great opportunity to give us to meet everyone. And I hope, and I invite everyone who is in this webinar and forum to come to Bahrain, and you are always will be in our eyes, like we say, and hope to see you in Bahrain soon. And we need to get rid of Corona, I hope soon, so we can meet. And we have like in-person meeting.
Yes.
See you all. Thank you.
We actually missed that.
Thank you, Sheikha Noura. Yes, we missed that. They'll be our guests, I hope, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Dr. May, for this inspiring words, of course. Now I would like to introduce our next speaker, Professor Ayla Al-Jufri, the founder and world president of the WWLC, the World Women Leading Change. Professor Ayla, thank you very much for being here this evening.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I want to congratulate you, all of you, that show up today, and especially for my sister, Her Excellency Princess Noura, and also Princess Al-Jahara and Dr. May, Datin Jalina, Alison Fang, and of course, the most brilliant moderator, Ms. Sarah. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor. Now, we know that, of course, you have a lot of initiatives towards the fashion industry. Can you tell us about the one you've been working on to support women entrepreneurs?
I actually started my career very, very humble, about I'm 16 years and I'm staying 16 forever. So it's about 24 years ago when I leave home and I started my journey. I actually started doing fashion, and then it comes to real estate consultant and service. And then I founded a school. It's called Global Property Bank and Technology Center, where I combine real estate and technology. And then because of it, I found the essence of my business, which is this woman empowerment, World Woman Leading Change, that allow me to, of course, bring women from around the world. We are now in 60 countries. We have about 3 million women in our leading change. We are not going to business yet, but we're going there soon. So me and Datin Jalina actually plan to go further to create an investment or a fund for all the women that is in fashion. So this is my journey.
Okay, that's very interesting. So an investment fund for those who are interested in fashion. And what are some of the other fashion projects that you've worked on during those years?
Well, before I was doing treasury. I was treasury for Indonesian Fashion Week under Poppy Darsono Foundation. It was the year 7, but because of my work in real estate, actually, it has been an amazing journey to be in fashion. I'm actually still now loving fashion. I'm investing in fashion. We actually create this. This is our Beyond the Fable. This is made by children from autism. To make this, it takes about a year because their hands are shaking. And this is one of our brand that we include. It's called Beyond the Fable. So actually, when I started the journey of woman empowerment and create this school, I thought I was the one who give. Yeah. But in 2008, suddenly my business that I built, it was torn down because of catastrophe. Indonesia have tsunami and have volcano eruption. And it is my woman, this beautiful woman, the flowers, I call them. There is batik story about from my country. They call it Sekar Jagat. So batik is dot, 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 dot. Okay. So Sekar Jagat means the beauty of the world. So this beauty of the world actually helped me to rebound my business. And today I am in where I am today speaking with you because I have my woman and they're holding hands so I can duplicate my business in real estate in different parts. And I'm actually planning to come to Bahrain and set up my golf from Bahrain, besides London and Jakarta, So my woman empowerment, I think it's been the essence of my journey. It's just amazing, when you meet all these beautiful women, all these talented women, you hold hands and you run together. It's important because if you can change one woman, you might change the world. Because if you can give her a hope that she deserves, she probably raised another Albert Einstein, another woman, or another person that can change the world. And imagine if I can duplicate Sheikha Noura, her mindset. Imagine if I can have her in 60 countries, what happened to the world of fashion? I couldn't imagine. So this is how we're trying to duplicate business, duplicate mindset. Leading change, it doesn't mean to change, but leading the constant evolution, the constant change. I actually thank COVID because COVID is actually my free CTO, Chief Technology Officer, right? Because of COVID, I can now sitting in my house in a village in Bogor and have all of you, and let's rise and let's hold hands and let's change the world together.
Well, Professor Ayla, I don't know what I can add on top of what you just said. I mean, it is very inspiring, and we thank you very much for your words. And we wish you all the best. And I'm sure we have as well from the Women Leading Change, Her Excellency Ms. Datin Jalina, who is a member of the Board of Trustees. I would also like to welcome her here with us. And so thank you very much for being here, Ms. Datin. I would like to ask you about your passion towards fashion. If you can tell us more about the fashion events that you have held.
Thank you to our beautiful moderator this evening. Assalamualaikum. A very good evening to all distinguished guests. First and foremost, I would like to extend my appreciation to management and office of Her Excellency Sheikh Noura of Bahrain and World Women Leading Change for giving me this opportunity to address these prestigious forums and platforms. I am Datin Jalina Abrahman from Malaysia, and I'm Board of Trustees of World Women Leading Change and owner of my brand, Karya, as you can see from the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was asked to talk about my fashion, how I move my fashion forward. Well,
Yes.
I go by my belief that clothes aren't going to change the world, but the woman who wears and make them will. Ethical fashion is recognition that there is human behind the clothes that we wear. My fashion goes by motto with a cause. As a wife to diplomatic corps, I knew I have advantage. There is a lot of resources and support within the inspectorate and community. I usually ensure that any of my programs or events, be it fundraisings or fashion showcase to benefit others too. My fashion will collaborate with either private sectors, hotels, or any other designers and brand, and produces a collection that are able to be portrayed, showcased, and sell at the event itself. And partial of what I collected will be siphoned to all these non-governmental bodies that needs fund and whatsoever in terms of materials or in terms of cash. So I've organized a few in London, in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Milan. That was before the current pandemic dampens our travel and physical fashion show. So my last show was a collaboration with disabled children from School of Saraswati in Indonesia, where the mothers are wearing my brand, Karya, and the children are wearing batik design label from Indonesia. It was a heartwarming fashion show and brought tears to the audience. Yeah.
I'm sure.
So when we talk about small, medium women entrepreneurs, sustainability is how to move, how to address the issues. It goes all the way to fundamental values of it. It is not about the quantity of what we produce. It is what the value and the quality that we are able to portray and to bring out. In order to secure buyers, ask questions to ourselves as business side of it. Am I making my fashion and design to make solely profit, or am I making design to last? Yes, it is tricky to practice. What more in the current pandemic situation with the economic downturn. But in order to survive the industries, sustainability is something we have to look forward. You have to be different and you have to know what your brand is. You need to know and love your brand in order to push it to public. And it is not just having some fashion off the shelf and sells it. Wear your brand, be your brand, as sustainability moves very closely to personal branding. So there are a lot thousands, millions of small, medium entrepreneurs. But what makes you stand from others? It develops around your label, your career. Design makes an impact, how you move forward. Your brand should be about who you are and what you have to offer. No doubt, building personal brands takes time and effort, but it is worth the projection you aim it to be. You need to have strategies in order to move your brand towards sustainability. Pay attention to details and never underestimate little things that what makes you differ your brand from others. So sometimes you have to be comfortable with who you are and wear your brand, and it will last for a lifetime. Because if you copy or not being original to yourself, it won't sustain and you won't feel comfortable. It will bring huge impact of the whole outlook. It comes in a package mindset and confidence. To stay true to your brand, you first need to be comfortable with the surroundings, and most importantly is comfortable with yourself. Be true to yourself if moving forward. As we do that, brands are sure to stay and remain sustainable. When you have your personal branding, you are able to strategize and to take your reputation as designers from relative obscurity to high visibility. It's described where you stand today and what visibility you want to achieve in the future. Branding demands commitment, the commitment that needs a continuous reinvention, striking chords with the right people to communicate, and commitment to imagination. It is easy to be cynical about such things, much harder to be successful, but the end result is a lifetime brand of success. I truly hope what I share today about me, Karya, how it evolved and developed, staying relevant, would inspire others to carve your own successful and able to move with time. And as you can see from the photo that is being reeled out, it is my fashion, Karya, collaboration with his scarf, Southeast Asia, which has the spectrum fiber which improve body, microcirculation that increases cell vitality, and anti-aging elements in the scarves.
Wow.
So on that note, I think thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with all these prestigious personalities, and we hope that whatever that we do and whatever that we strive together would in the end help others and would benefit others in long run. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Thank you so
very
much, my dear.
Thank you. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, Your Excellency. Ms. Dutton, thank you very much for your very interesting advices. And I'm sure and I hope that a lot of our attendees who are interested in fashion are gonna use those advices in good purpose to thrive, inshallah. Thank you very much. I'd like to move on to our next speaker, Ms. Alison Fang, the president of World Women Leading Change, the Taiwan chapter. Ms. Alison, thank you very much for being here with us tonight. Can you tell us about your role in WWLC in Taiwan and what the society did for entrepreneurs in fashion?
Hi, good morning, moderator. Good morning. Good evening, actually, in New York right now. Good morning. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, honorable excellencies and princes. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen from around the world, and Dr. Ala and sisters from WWLC. First, let me first thank all of you for having me here. It's my honor to be here, and not only presenting myself, but also presenting my organization WWLC and my country Taiwan. Currently, I'm located in New York. I have my business in New York. But I traveled between America and Asia all these years. I've been in the industry, fashion industry, for 23 years. I started as a fashion designer in in Taiwan, and then I moved to mainland China, Hong Kong, and then at the end the last couple of years I've been working seriously with American people. So to me, it's a great opportunity for me, life experience for me to be in fashion, to express myself, my passion in this industry. And I really appreciate. I met Dr. Ella last year, and she brought the WWC to me, and this opportunity really opened my ability and give me opportunity to help other people who also or other not only the artists but also the females and youth to encourage them what they can do and to go for their dreams. And a lot of time, especially in Asian culture, women we have a more conservative education, and we see a lot of burden. We see a lot of rules, and people always tell us what to do and what you should not do. So we don't know what we can do. So it's really important that we have the find the opportunity, and then we try our best to express ourselves and try every single possibility to see our possibilities. And Dr. Ala and WWC gave me the opportunity to help my people, not only in Taiwan but also in New York, to connect together. I think it's really important that we are the people. Everybody in this world is equal, and we are also part of the world, and we are able to do a lot of things that this world is full of imagination, and we have to imagine our life, what we can do to not only benefit ourselves but also to benefit the world. And WWC, our organization, gave me this opportunity to be in charge of a fashion community. And with this community, I got the chance to communicate with more artists and then combine two different cultures, Eastern culture and Western culture, together, and also introduce artists and designers to each other, not only between Asian and American, but also we have sisters in Russia, we have sisters in Malaysia, we have sisters in Africa, we have sisters around the world. So it's a really good opportunity for us to know each other, support each other, and then we're leading our life to a better future. We're not trying to against the rule or against the society, but what we're trying to do is just to know what our possibility is. And so this is a really interesting and also an interesting part of my job right now. And beside my own business, this is what I do, and I really have passion to do these things. And also, I in the past half year, I extend all this connection and resource into a deeper part of society. I went back to my country, Taiwan, to teach in 4 different colleges and universities, and just try to inspire and encourage all those young generation. I think they are our future. So it's very important to us not only think about ourselves, not only try to do our business, but also we have to bring more and more new blood to the industry. And also we have to bring new idea. We have to, I use this word, implant. We implant the seed to the soil, and then we let them grow. But it's very important. If you don't plant it, it won't happen. So So WWC gave me the opportunity to combine my own passion, my own belief, and also give me the extension to do a resource to do what I can do. So with my own business, I now I have more power to connect more people. And I see the whole picture speaker. I also currently I'm not only doing fashion from as a designer, but I also get involved to the technical part of the fashion industry. And also the production, the marketing, and fashion shows, New York Fashion Week. The past 3 years, I've been working collaborate with many global international team during the New York Fashion Week. And my business is I see the whole picture is getting more fulfilled. And also getting is more clear that we are not I not only doing this for my own business, but also we are creating the future.
Yes, which is what's unique and very interesting in of course fashion creative business consulting. Thank you very much, Ms. Allison. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
I would like to ask if there's anything else that you would like to add, as unfortunately we will have to wrap up day 3 of our forum. Of course, before we end, I would like to thank the Member of Parliament, Ahmed Saloom, also for attending, and all our attendees, and for all those who wrote questions in the Q&A box. I hope that our speakers can have a look at the Q&A box and see if they can answer any of those questions, as unfortunately we will not have enough time to answer them live in here. I'd like to turn the floor to Your Excellency Sheikha Noura, if you have any closing remarks that you would like to add.
Thank you so much for everyone who joined, and for all the VIP who join us on the Zoom and on the YouTube. Thank you for all our extension guests and our amazing speakers from all around the world. I would like to invite everyone to go to the YouTube channel for Midpoint to see our fashion show as we continue there. Thank you so much and have a nice evening.
Thank you very much, Sheikha Noura, and thank you to all our speakers. Once again, it was indeed a very interesting and inspiring session. Thank you so much, and all the best in all your efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
So, and that's all for me. I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, as Sheikha Noura stated, that you will see the link in the chat box for the fashion show. We hope to see you there as well. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Greetings everyone, this is Shirin Mahmoud and I will be welcoming you to the third day of the Global Women Virtual Fashion Forum and Show. We are honored and pleased for your participation in this event. We would like to thank our platinum sponsors, Al Rashid Group, which is known as a landmark division group in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And we would like to thank Max, which is known for their trendy fashion designs and it is an international company. We would also like to thank our sponsors, the French Fashion Institute Esmod Dubai, and this is one of the oldest and known fashion schools in the GCC, and the Royal University for Women, which is known for being the first private university to have the bachelor degree of fashion design for women in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And also Lulu Group International, which is a multinational company that operates a chain of known hypermarkets and retail companies. The designers participating in the fashion show today are from Oman and Morocco, جوغا فريدية وأسماء العزوزي. جوغا فريدية هي مصممة أزياء تقليدية متطور في محافظة ظفار، وأسماء العزوزي هي مصممة الحياكة والتطريز اليدوي المغربي، وفي عام 2017 قررت أن تستثمر في هذا المجال وفتحت شركتها بمدينة فاس بالمغرب. وفي عام 2020 قررت أن تدرس التصميم فولجت مؤسسة مودا فيرغو بإيطاليا التي لا زالت تدرس بها. حب المصممة للمغرب وإيطاليا تترجمها في تصاميمها. نتمنى لكم عرضا ممتعا.
I'm a college liaison officer and a fashion design graduate from the Royal University for Women. To me, fashion is not just how good you dress. It represents who you are as a person. It's where your creativity and personality can be shown through just one garment. I chose to study here at RUW as it seemed to be the best option for me, especially that the certificate is accredited internationally. Passionate for the major I chose really prepared me in the university as well as in my own life to create my own online clothing business. By having a fashion background, it made me realize what kind of clothing line I want to create for myself. And by gaining the professional knowledge after 4 years of studying, I believe that every course I took helped me to appreciate each garment that is being constructed, from sketching numerous ideas to creating them on patterns and stitching the final garment. Courses like illustration, fabric science, pattern making, and garment construction has helped me a lot today in my business, because thanks to these courses, now I know what I'm supposed to do and how to achieve the designs in my mind for my business.
Basma Mahil. I am third-year student in Royal University for Women. I'm studying fashion design and I joined this university because it's the only university that offers a fashion design degree in Bahrain. And I'm very glad to be a part of Royal University for Women.
Hi, my name is Laila Ahmed Darwish. I study at Royal University for Women in Bahrain and my major is fashion design. People think fashion is just, oh, clothes, oh, girls love clothes and jewelry, shoes, bags. But you know, fashion is not just with clothes. Fashion is always there with even furniture, even interior, graphic. There is always fashion everywhere. And fashion is not something that's the same every time. It keeps on changing. And we call it trends. The reason why I chose this major is my love for fashion, and I got it from my mom, and she is and will always be my inspiration. And RUW just makes us feel really empowered. It is the place, as they say, where women excel.
Since 2006, ESMOD Dubai is the only French higher education institute fully dedicated to fashion in the GCC.
Creativity, innovation, and technicity is our DNA. We shape the next leaders of the fashion industry with professionalism.
ESMOD Dubai offers the Bachelor of Fashion Design program and short courses as well as fashion business programs.
Since 2012, we are the only fashion school in the world supporting the fashion brands of our graduates with our own incubator retail store located in City Walk.
جيتك يا طير الحب فيني عظم يا جرح الزهير بالشوق جيتك يا طير الحب فيني عظم يا خيب عن خيب عن يا خيب عن خيب عن مربط دار الكرم
Thank you for joining and watching the event. See you tomorrow.